How nice would it be if there's a tool with unlimited exports of high quality B2B data? B2B database softwares can be tricky, because most of them have expensive export credits, very limited access to the contact data at all, or it's just a mess to figure even out where to export contacts. And this is where Leads.cm comes in, as a SaaS solution with over 700 million plus leads, no export limits at all, for only $20 per month. So this video will be a deep dive about Leads.cm. In case you're just asking yourself, is it even worth it at all? Check out my quick review of Leads.cm, where we will answer exactly this question and give you a very quick overview about the LinkedIn Leads database, Instant Leads database, and technology lookup. This video here will be a deep dive, so you really understand how to make the biggest profit with this software. So when we scroll through the page, the main purpose of Leads.cm is definitely to just build lead lists with the lead sources of LinkedIn leads, Instagram leads, and technology lookups. Also claims to have a mass CSV export, we will check this later, advanced filter technology, and mass email verification. So you're basically able to find millions of contacts, or job titles, small and big business owners, etc, etc, etc. So when you go to pricing here, you can also just click on pricing here on one of the buttons. You have an offer stick where you see what you get, and you can check out directly on the page. After you create an account, you will just get a registration email and are then able to click on login. So what you have here is LinkedIn leads, Instagram leads, and technology lookup, and it will give you a deep dive on how to use each features. So here are the LinkedIn leads. So basically the first option is you can click on countries. So you of course have the top countries like big countries, United States, India, UK, etc. But you also are able to click on show more or just search for a country, and then you have a very high selection. I will just click on United States, but everything I will say applies for every country. So there's not really an option to select multiple countries. That can be definitely a little bit annoying, but to be honest, I never expect too much when the price of a software is just $20 per month. I'm just happy if it works at all. So let's check our options. What I see so far is it doesn't tell me how many leads I found yet, but it already shows some leads. Definitely a little bit weird, but it's fine. Now I can click here on job titles, have the basic options I know from Apollo or other tools. Can click on management level, department. I just try it out. Can find owner here, can apply it, and now I find some leads. It seems definitely like I have a little bit fewer contacts than with Apollo or Seamless.ai, but it's still a good amount for the price. But I assume it will be always a good amount of leads for this price. So I can also look for keywords. So I can just look for agency or other keywords. Also I can exclude keywords, can click on apply. Then I have only contacts where agency is found in the contact overview. So when I look here, I expect somewhere the word agency, maybe in the company description, don't find it immediately. But as you can see in general, you have a very nice lead overview and also company overview, but you don't have really the option to click on a company and then to look only for the contacts in a company. But as I said, with this price, I don't expect this at all. So I can click X, so I can close this window. And in general, I have the feeling I can just scroll very easy through the contacts. I can click through the pages very easy, can remove filters very easy. So it's a lot faster than most other tools actually. With Apollo, I have heavy loading times just to click on a contact, and I like how fast everything is. Also very easy able to click on industries, just to scroll through here. Seems like the basic industries that other tools offers too, and also company size. I don't see really an employee count here, but I have somehow the feeling this is just an estimation exactly based on employee count. Also I can look for the location and for technologies the contacts use. That's actually very nice, because with tools like Apollo, you have to pay a lot of more money to unlock this tool. The same with revenue. I think what's very smart in general is to just click on mandatory here and just mark like website, business email, and phone as a mandatory field, because when you apply it, you really have the highest quality of the lead so far. After you selected the filters you like, you can click on verify emails. I wouldn't expect you too much, so I might even ignore this for now. What I always can recommend is using tools like Mailvary or Mail Verifier, where you can import your leads very cheap. Then you will find the leads that are actually useful of Leads.cm. So even if only 20%, 30%, or even 50% would be useful of Leads.cm, it's definitely still cheaper than most other tools, but I think it really depends on your niche. And if you even want to use this tool for cold email, or maybe just cold calling or some researching. So the next step is to export contacts. I either can clipboard page, that basically means the page I have here is just copied and then I can just put it in a Sheets file, or I can export the whole page. So in this case, when I just click through the pages, in page 1, can export page, click on save, can open the file, and then I just have immediately my contacts here. That's definitely way easier and faster than with most other B2B database tools, so I really like that one. What you can also do is click on mass export, and this one is dedicated to this specific dataset. So what you see with Leads.cm on the bottom here is you have a lot of datasets. Since when I now click on dataset 2, contacts are loading in real time, and the mass export here is always focusing on the current dataset. In a weird way, this is even very useful when you just want to split test a lot of campaigns. For example, just want to go one by one, make outreach with the first dataset, then with the second one, etc. Then you can really work yourself through the leads step by step. Of course, you have the option to click on automated mass export. This will then give you the ability to choose which datasets you want to export. You basically just create a zip file that will then give you the contacts of all datasets. So to test this, I will just go with the first 5 datasets, type in 1 to 5. Why not using this one? and then I click on save. So basically what happens now is in the background, the contacts are loading. You can either run this overnight or just do some other tasks, and it will process through all datasets until the mass export is finished. When you just click on cancel, the process will be completely stopped, so you have to do it again. And of course, you don't have to do it with all contacts. I would potentially even say just do 10 by 10, so you will not be annoyed when something is crashing. Not that it will crash, but I assume since everything's running on your PC, that it could crash. Now it says automated mass export complete. The zip file has been downloaded. So what you see here is a US mass export. I can open this one now. This is now 1 out of 5 files. And as you can see, I have all data here. And I scroll through this one. This is quite a lot of data. So this one is so far very impressive in my opinion. Of course, there are some limitations. You can't really save lists or something, but why should you even expect that? So to just explore a little bit more, when I click on reset filters, I can click on technologies, scroll a little bit through them. As you can see, there are a lot of technologies. Also, I can click on companies that had funding. And of course, when I click on other countries, for example, France, then it looks like that. The filters are the same. And of course, I have a little bit fewer datasets here. In case your PC might not be able to handle the datasets, then you can just click on half datasets and you have a little bit fewer context loading. So this is the lead source of LinkedIn leads. The next one is Instagram leads. So while the LinkedIn leads were more like the imagination of being in LinkedIn, looking for the context, job title, industry, etc., this one is basically the same with Instagram. So every business Instagram user has to say which category he's in, and this is basically the dictionary you can look for. So whatever industry your target audience is in, when Instagram has it, you will find it here. Also, you can just look for keywords. I think this is more like for the keywords people have in their bio. Like when I click here, you potentially will just look for the bio description, and you have some other nice options like followers. That's especially important that you don't have people that are following too many people, because those accounts can be of course bots or just dead accounts, and to have accounts that at least have 100 followers plus, depending of course on your target audience. The country selection is here. This one is based on phone codes, and the same export functions. As always, you have to first apply filters to use a mass export. I think how I would use it so far, I would first go through the LinkedIn leads and just look around what I find here. But when I'm not that sophisticated yet in how to use leads really in a good way, then I would maybe even start with Instagram leads, since it's way easier to use. You basically can just look for your category. And for example, when you're a small business owner, there's no really big risk on just calling them. They might be a little bit more chill, since LinkedIn contacts are always more professional. But how you use it is of course up to you. Just don't get stopped to use your creativity here. Also, you have the ability to build technology lead lists. This reminds me a little bit of Buildwith. A tool where you can basically just look for technologies and then download lead lists based on the technology they use. So when I export this one here, I have just now a small sample list of 1% of all Shopify users. It gives me an overview of websites using this technology, including phone number, email, etc. And I of course can also export the whole list. I think that's very useful when you really have a specific software your target audience is using. But you of course can just click on LinkedIn leads and use this technologies filter here and then combine it with job titles and industry, so you have a way more targeted lead list. But of course a nice feature to have in case you don't want to pay for Buildwith. You also have a very easy account area where you can manage your account, and this is literally all Leads.cm can do. So what I would recap so far, that Leads.cm is definitely not an all-in-one solution. It's really on just focusing on getting leads, maybe just expanding your tech stack, but it's definitely not replacing other tools like Apollo. It's more like a source where you can experiment with, but it's definitely stupid to not buy it, since there's no other way to get so many leads at that price. So just check out Leads.cm, explore it a little bit and figure out if you find your target audience there. In case you've not already done it, give this video a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe for more high quality SaaS reviews. That was it for this one. See you in the next one.